Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're tackling the top 50 questions from the CITB book, Health, Safety and Environment Test for Managers and Professionals. It's a must-watch for anyone prepping for the CSCS test. To keep the learning going, we've made it easy for you to navigate through the series. Just look for the link to the next video in the top right corner. We're curious to know how many you get right on your first try, so share your results in the comments below. Before we jump into the session, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support really means a lot to us. Just to let you know, the actual CSCS test is a 45-minute challenge, and clearing at least 45 out of 50 questions is the key to success. Now, let's boost your knowledge together. Question 1. Where a project is notifiable under the current construction, design and management, regulations, what must be in place before construction work begins? A. Construction project health and safety file. B. Construction phase health and safety plan. C. Construction project plan. D. Construction contract agreement. The correct answer is B. Construction phase health and safety plan. Question 2. A COSH assessment tells you how A. To lift heavy loads and how to protect yourself. B. To work safely in confined spaces. C. A substance might harm you and how to protect yourself when you are using it. D. Noise levels are assessed and how to protect your hearing. The correct answer is C. A substance might harm you and how to protect yourself when you are using it. Question 3. Which two of the following factors must be considered when providing first aid facilities on site? A. The cost of first aid equipment. B. The hazards, risks and nature of the work carried out. C. The number of people expected to be on site at any one time. D. The difficulty in finding time to purchase the necessary equipment. E. The space in the site office to store the necessary equipment. The correct answers are B. The hazards, risks and nature of the work carried out. C. The number of people expected to be on site at any one time. Question 4. Which three of the following should be included in a method statement? A. The materials, tools and equipment needed. B. The people involved and the level of competency and training required. C. The directions to the site. D. The order and correct way the work should be done. E. The risks you can take. The correct answers are A. The materials, tools and equipment needed. B. The people involved and the level of competency and training required. D. The order and correct way the work should be done. Question 5. If a prohibition notice is issued by an inspector of the Health and Safety Executive, HSE, or local authority, what does it mean? A. Work can continue, provided that a risk assessment is carried out. B. The work that is subject to the notice must cease. C. The work can continue if extra safety precautions are taken. D. The work in hand can be completed, but no new work started. The correct answer is B. The work that is subject to the notice must cease. Question 6. Why is it important that hazards are identified? A. They have the potential to cause injury or damage. B. They must all be eliminated before work can start. C. They must all be notified to the Health and Safety Executive, HSE. D. So toolbox talks can be given on the hazards. The correct answer is A. They have the potential to cause injury or damage. Question 7. Under the current construction, design and management, regulations, which of the following must the principal contractor ensure is specifically provided before allowing any demolition work to commence? A. A construction phase safety plan. B. The arrangements for demolition recorded in writing. C. A generic risk assessment. D. A pre-tender health and safety plan. The correct answer is B. The arrangements for demolition recorded in writing. Question 8. If you breathe in asbestos dust, it can cause A. Aching muscles and painful joints. B. Throat infections. C. Lung diseases. D. Dizziness and headaches. The correct answer is C. Lung diseases. Question 9. The packaging of a substance has the word sensitizer on it. This means that A. You could become allergic to it and have allergic reactions. B. It must be mixed with water before you can use it. C. It is perfectly safe to use without personal protective equipment, PPE. D. It should not be used under any circumstances. The correct answer is A. You could become allergic to it and have allergic reactions. Question 10. The safest way to use a hazardous substance is to A. Get on with the job as quickly as possible. B. Read your employer's health and safety policy. C. Understand the COSH assessment and follow the instructions. D. Ask someone who has already used it. The correct answer is C. Understand the COSH assessment and follow the instructions. Question 11. The minimum level of first aid cover required at any workplace is an appointed person. Which of the following would you expect the appointed person to carry out? A. Provide most of the care normally carried out by a first aider. B. Provide all of the care normally provided by a first aider. C. Contact the emergency services and direct them to the scene of an accident. D. Only apply splints to broken bones. The correct answer is C. Contact the emergency services and direct them to the scene of an accident. Question 12. If there is a fatal accident or a reportable dangerous occurrence on site, when must the Health and Safety Executive, HSE, be informed? A. Immediately. B. Within 5 days. C. Within 7 days. D. Within 10 days. The correct answer is A. Immediately. Question 13. An employer has to prepare a written health and safety policy if A. They employ 5 people or more. B. They employ 3 people or more. C. They employ a safety officer. D. The work is going to last more than 30 days. The correct answer is A. They employ 5 people or more. Question 14. Before allowing a lifting operation to be carried out, you must ensure that the sequence of operations to enable a lift to be carried out safely is confirmed in A. The crane hire contract. B. An approved lifting plan or method statement. C. A lifting operation toolbox talk. D. A risk assessment. The correct answer is B. An approved lifting plan or method statement. Question 15. Untidy leads and extension cables are responsible for many trips and lost work time injuries. What 2 things should you do to help? A. Run cables and leads above head height and over the top of doorways and walkways rather than across the floor. B. Tie any excess cables and leads up into the smallest coil possible. C. Keep cables and leads close to the wall and not in the middle of the floor or walkway. D. Make sure your cables go where you want them to and not worry about others. E. Unplug the nearest safety lighting and use these sockets instead. The correct answers are A. Run cables and leads above head height and over the top of doorways and walkways rather than across the floor. C. Keep cables and leads close to the wall and not in the middle of the floor or walkway. Question 16. If you think you have found some asbestos, the first thing you should do is A. Stop work and warn others. B. Take a sample to your supervisor. C. Put the bits in a bin and carry on with your work. D. Find the first aider. The correct answer is A. Stop work and warn others. Question 17. In considering what measures to take to protect people against risks to their health and safety, personal protective equipment, PPE, should always be regarded as A. The first line of defense. B. The only practical measure. C. The best way to tackle the job. D. The last resort. The correct answer is D. The last resort. Question 18. In deciding what control measures to take, following a risk assessment that has revealed a risk, what measure should you always consider first? A. Make sure personal protective equipment, PPE, is available. B. Adapt the work to the individual. C. Give priority to measures that protect the whole workforce. D. Avoid the risk altogether if possible. The correct answer is D. Avoid the risk altogether if possible. Question 19. In the context of a risk assessment, what does the term risk mean? A. Something with the potential to cause injury. B. An unsafe act or condition. C. The likelihood or chance that a hazard could actually cause harm or damage. D. Any work activity that can be described as dangerous. The correct answer is C. The likelihood or chance that a hazard could actually cause harm or damage. Question 20. What is the purpose of using a permit to work system? A. To ensure that the job is being carried out properly. B. To ensure that the job is carried out by the easiest method. C. To enable tools and equipment to be properly checked before work starts. D. To establish a safe system of work. The correct answer is D. To establish a safe system of work. Question 21. Employers must prevent exposure of their workers to substances hazardous to health, where this is reasonably practicable. If it is not reasonably practicable, which of the following should be considered first? A. What instruction, training and supervision to provide? B. What health surveillance arrangements will be needed? C. How to minimize risk and control exposure? D. How to monitor the exposure of workers in the workplace? The correct answer is C. How to minimize risk and control exposure. Question 22. If a scaffold is not complete, which of the following actions should be taken by the site manager? A. Make sure the scaffolders complete the scaffold. B. Tell all operatives not to use the scaffold. C. Use the scaffold with care and display a warning notice. D. Prevent access to the scaffold by unauthorized people and add warning signage and barriers where required. The correct answer is D. Prevent access to the scaffold by unauthorized people and add warning signage and barriers where required. Question 23. On a scaffold, the minimum height of the main guard rail must be A. 875 mm, B. 910 mm, C. 950 mm, D. 1000 mm. The correct answer is C. 950 mm. Question 24. What is the best way for a supervisor or manager to make sure that the operatives doing a job have fully understood a method statement? A. Put the method statement in a labeled spring binder in the office. B. Explain the method statement to those doing the job and test their understanding. C. Make sure that those doing the job have read the method statement. D. Display the method statement on a notice board in the office. The correct answer is B. Explain the method statement to those doing the job and test their understanding. Question 25. You will find the details of the welfare facilities that must be provided on site in which regulations? A. The Construction, Health, Safety and Welfare Regulations. B. The Construction, Design and Management Regulations. C. The Management of Health and Safety at Work Regulations. D. The Workplace, Health, Safety and Welfare Regulations. The correct answer is B. The Construction, Design and Management Regulations. Question 26. What is regarded as the last resort in the hierarchy of control for operative safety when working at height? A. Safety harness. B. Mobile elevating work platform, MEWP. C. Mobile tower scaffold. D. Access tower scaffold. The correct answer is A. Safety harness. Question 27. Under the requirements of the work at height regulations, the minimum width of a working platform must be A. Suitable and sufficient for the job in hand. B. 2 scaffold boards wide. C. 3 scaffold boards wide. D. 4 scaffold boards wide. The correct answer is A. Suitable and sufficient for the job in hand. Question 28. Someone near you is using a disc cutter to cut concrete blocks. What 3 immediate hazards are likely to affect you? A. Flying fragments. B. Dermatitis. C. Harmful dust in the air. D. High noise levels. E. Vibration white finger. The correct answers are A. Flying fragments. C. Harmful dust in the air. D. High noise levels. Question 29. What should be included in a safety method statement for working at height? Give 3 answers. A. The cost of the job and time it will take. B. The sequence of operations and the equipment to be used. C. How much insurance cover will be required. D. How falls are to be prevented. E. Who will supervise the job on site? The correct answers are B. The sequence of operations and the equipment to be used. D. How falls are to be prevented. E. Who will supervise the job on site? Question 30. Look at these jobs. Which 2 are likely to need a hot work permit? A. Cutting steel with an angle grinder. B. Soldering pipe work in a central heating system. C. Refueling a diesel dump truck. D. Replacing an empty liquefied petroleum gas cylinder with a full one. E. Using the heaters in the drying room. The correct answers are A. Cutting steel with an angle grinder. B. Soldering pipe work in a central heating system. Question 31. When do you need to check tools and equipment for damage? A. Each time before use. B. Every day. C. Once a week. D. At least once a year. The correct answer is A. Each time before use. Question 32. When you walk across the site, what is the best way to avoid an accident with mobile plant? A. Keep to the designated pedestrian routes. B. Ride on the plant. C. Get the attention of the driver before you get too close. D. Wear high-vis clothing. The correct answer is A. Keep to the designated pedestrian routes. Question 33. Why should you try to use battery-powered tools rather than electrical ones? A. They are cheaper to run. B. They will not give you an electric shock. C. They will not give you hand-arm vibration. D. They do not need to be tested or serviced. The correct answer is B. They will not give you an electric shock. Question 34. What does a hot work permit not tell you? A. When you can start and when you must stop the hot work. B. How you must prevent sparks or heat traveling. C. Where the local fire station is located. D. What fire extinguisher or fire watch you need. The correct answer is C. Where the local fire station is located. Question 35. Hand-arm vibration syndrome, HAVS, can cause A. Skin cancer. B. Skin irritation, like dermatitis. C. Blisters on your hands and arms. D. Damaged blood vessels and nerves in your fingers and hands. The correct answer is D. Damaged blood vessels and nerves in your fingers and hands. Question 36. There are many kinds of dust and fumes at work. Breathing them in over time can cause you to develop A. Occupational lung disease. B. Occupational dermatitis. C. Skin cancer. D. Sore throat. The correct answer is A. Occupational lung disease. Question 37. What are the two conditions for being able to operate plant on site? A. You must be trained and competent. B. You must be authorized. C. You must be over 21 years old. D. You must hold a full driving license. E. You must hold a UK passport. The correct answers are A. You must be trained and competent. B. You must be authorized. Question 38. Look at these statements about personal protective equipment, PPE. Which one is not true? A. You must pay for any damage or loss. B. You must store it correctly when you are not using it. C. You must report any damage or loss to your supervisor. D. You must use it as instructed. The correct answer is A. You must pay for any damage or loss. Question 39. On building sites, the recommended safe voltage for electrical equipment is A. 12 volts. B. 24 volts. C. 110 volts. D. 230 volts. The correct answer is C. 110 volts. Question 40. Look at these statements about using power tools while wearing gloves. Which one is false? A. Anti-vibration gloves will protect you against the effects of vibration. B. Gloves will keep your hands warm and dry, which reduces the effects of vibration. C. Gloves provide a better grip so you don't need to grip too tightly, which reduces the effects of vibration. D. Gloves will protect you from cuts and abrasions. The correct answer is A. Anti-vibration gloves will protect you against the effects of vibration. Question 41. At what decibel, dBA, level does it become mandatory for an employer to establish hearing protection zones? A. 80 dBA. B. 85 dBA. C. 90 dBA. D. 95 dBA. The correct answer is B. 85 dBA. Question 42. What is the purpose of using a permit to work system? A. To ensure that the job is being carried out properly. B. To ensure that the job is carried out by the easiest method. C. To enable tools and equipment to be properly checked before work starts. D. To establish a safe system of work. The correct answer is D. To establish a safe system of work. Question 43. How can noise affect your health? Give two answers. A. Headaches. B. Ear infections. C. Hearing loss. D. Waxy ears. E. Vibration white finger. The correct answers are A. Headaches. C. Hearing loss. Question 44. Look at these statements about power tools. Which one is true? A. Always carry the tool by its cord. B. Always unplug the tool by pulling its cord. C. Always unplug the tool when you are not using it. D. Always leave the tool plugged in when you check or adjust it. The correct answer is C. Always unplug the tool when you are not using it. Question 45. If you drop your safety helmet from height onto a hard surface, you should A. Have any cracks repaired then carry on wearing it. B. Make sure there are no cracks then carry on wearing it. C. Work without a safety helmet until you can get a new one. D. Stop work and get a new safety helmet. The correct answer is D. Stop work and get a new safety helmet. Question 46. Before you lift a heavy load you should always try to A. Stand with your feet together when lifting. B. Bend your back when lifting. C. Carry the load away from your body, at arm's length. D. Divide large loads into smaller loads or use lifting equipment. The correct answer is D. Divide large loads into smaller loads or use lifting equipment. Question 47. Why is methane gas dangerous in confined spaces? Give two answers. A. It can explode. B. It makes you hyperactive. C. You will not be able to see because of the dense fumes. D. It makes you dehydrated. E. You may not have enough oxygen to breathe. The correct answers are A. It can explode. E. You may not have enough oxygen to breathe. Question 48. Which two actions could help minimize waste? A. Reuse offcuts, such as half bricks, as far as possible, rather than discarding them. B. Use new materials, packs at the beginning of each day. C. Leave bags of cement and plaster out in the rain, unprotected. D. Only take or open what you need and return or reseal anything left over. E. Always take much more than required, just in case you need it. The correct answers are A. Reuse offcuts, such as half bricks, as far as possible, rather than discarding them. D. Only take or open what you need and return or reseal anything left over. Question 49. When planning possible work in a confined space, what should be the first consideration? A. How long the job will take. B. To avoid the need for operatives to enter the space. C. How many operatives will be required? D. Personal protective equipment, PPE. The correct answer is B. To avoid the need for operatives to enter the space. Question 50. A permit to work allows A. The emergency services to come onto the site after an accident. B. Certain jobs to be carried out safely under controlled conditions. C. Health and Safety Executive, HSE, inspectors to visit the site. D. Untrained people to work without supervision. The correct answer is B. Certain jobs to be carried out safely under controlled conditions. Great work! You've completed this session successfully. Keep up the good work by moving on to the next video in this series. You'll find the link in the top right corner of this video.